Hello again and welcome back to all of you. We are here doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we are doing lesson number 12. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. So just to recap yesterday, my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. It's the beginning of us really starting to get this teaching about how whatever is going on inside of our minds heavily colors and influences what we see when we look with the body's eyes, when we perceive with the mind, and when we even discern what we think is going on or try to understand things. It's such a projection from these unconscious places in our mind, we just don't even know. So today, not only are we seeing a meaningless world that we created, basically, we're upset about it. So let's get into this lesson and get further and deeper into our minds together today. Oh, and I wore my Fear is a Liar shirt just for the fun event. Actually, it was a coincidence, but I thought, oh, interesting. Good time to wear this shirt, Sherry. Okay, here we go. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. The importance of this idea lies in the fact that it contains a correction for a major perceptual distortion. You think that what upsets you is a frightening world, or a sad world, or a violent world, or an insane world. All these attributes are given it by you. The world is meaningless in itself. Now, I will say quickly that I try to watch myself when I say we live in a crazy world, or if I think, oh, things are going crazy, or things aren't how they used to be, or, anytime that I use my voice and put that out into the universe, it's telling me what's buried inside of me, the judgments that I have or the assumptions I'm making. But I think when you actually let it come out of your mouth, when you speak it, it gives it even more creative power. So I always try to kind of watch when that stuff starts to want to come out of my mouth and try not to let it. Just a suggestion. All right, these exercises are done with eyes open. Look around you, this time quite slowly. Try to pace yourself so that the slow shifting of your glance from one thing to another involves a fairly constant time interval. Do not allow the time of the shift to become markedly longer or shorter, but try instead to keep a measured, even tempo throughout. What you see does not matter. You teach yourself this as you give whatever your glance rests on equal attention and equal time. This is a beginning step in learning to give them all equal value. As you look about you, say to yourself, I think I see a fearful world, a dangerous world, a hostile world, a sad world, a wicked world, a crazy world, and so on, using whatever descriptive terms happen to occur to you. So you don't actually have to say all of those, but whatever is your thing that you say or that thing that you think. I've definitely said we live in a crazy world. I've said that in a sarcastic way, in a serious way. So that would be the one that I pick. You can pick the one that works for you. Okay, if terms which seem positive, now it's going to get really interesting. If terms which seem positive rather than negative occur to you, include them. For example, you might think of a good world or a satisfying world. If such terms occur to you, use them along with the rest. You may not yet understand why these nice adjectives belong in these exercises, but remember that a good world implies a bad one, and a satisfying world implies an unsatisfying one. All terms which cross your mind are subtle subjects for today's exercises. All terms which cross your mind are suitable subjects for today's exercises. Their seeming quality does not matter. Be sure that you do not alter the time intervals between applying today's idea to what you think is pleasant and what you think is unpleasant. For the purposes of these exercises, there is no difference between them. At the end of the practice period, add, but I am upset because I see a meaningless world. What is meaningless is neither good or bad. Why then should a meaningless world upset you? If you could accept the world as meaningless and let the truth be written upon it for you, it would make you indescribably happy. Okay, that's good. But because it is meaningless, you are impelled to write upon it what you would have it be. It is this you see in it. It is this that is meaningless in truth. Take that. Beneath your words is written the word of God. The truth upsets you now, but when your words have been erased, you will see His. That is the ultimate purpose of these exercises. 3 or 4 times is enough for practicing the idea for today, nor should the practice periods exceed a minute. You may find even this too long. Terminate the exercises whenever you experience a sense of strain. So once again, our teacher is compassionate and tells us, stop doing this if it gives you a sense of strain. I will say yesterday, my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. I only did that one once or twice. So interesting. Am I intentionally avoiding that? Is it hard for me to face that truth? I don't know. But today I'm upset because I see a meaningless world is going to be a focus for me. 3 or 4 times today is enough. Let's see how it unfolds for me. Let's see how it unfolds for you. I'm genuinely curious. Are you able to keep doing these, especially ones that feel so kind of flipped at you? You know, it's like I can read the words, I understand what it says, I've done the lessons before, but there's something about it that feels accusatory at me where I think I kind of avoid it. I don't know. That's my experience and what's coming up for me right now. But I definitely can see how much more calm and, easy life would be if I just accepted that the world in and of itself is meaningless. And I don't have to give it any labels or talk about it in a certain way to anyone. Like, I don't have any responsibility with the way the world appears. So maybe that's what I'll work on letting go today, as I make every effort to do my lessons at the right times for the right amount of time, and just, kind of let loose the reins a little bit on this and let Jesus teach me and surrender to what the world actually is. Maybe I don't know everything, maybe I'm not so wise as I think I am. And I think it's good to have your spiritual practice kind of unseat your ego a little bit from time to time. It's good to get our attention that way. It's healthy. So thank you all so much for being here. Remember, fear is a liar. Maybe you need to wear your shirt today. Good luck with this lesson, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Take care.